With me today is Franklin Levinson, www.wayofthehorse.org, Franklin's wonderful website. Franklin, we were speaking earlier about a lot of the different aspects of horsemanship that you work with. You work with the riding for the disabled with the EFL, or equine facilitated learning, equine assisted learning. You have general horsemanship clinics, success with horses, and you also have corporate and leadership training programs, and you call that leading with quiet strength. Can you explain to everybody what quiet strength means to you in this context?
Well, we've all met people in our lives who we find them to be maybe charismatic, or we find them that just being around them for a little while seems to make us feel good or feel better, just kind of being in their presence. Or we've met somebody who just has a certain magnetism to them in a very positive way. And certainly we've met the other side of that coin, where somebody who just looks like they're, the energy coming off of them is bad and uncomfortable and feels terrible, and you don't want to be with that person or around them at all. But it's the person that attracts you in not just in not a physical way, but attracts you in a way of where you would tend to trust this person fairly straight away. And there's something about the person that inspires you to trust and to respect and to want to hang with this person, or maybe go somewhere with them, or to investigate what other opportunities there may be for the two of you to partner together in something, and so on. Quiet strength is, it sounds a little like an oxymoron. How can you be strong and quiet at the same time? But the most profound strength, the strongest strength, to me, is a quiet strength. It's not about being boisterous or about, oh, I'm so strong. Look, it's not about that. It's not about flexing your muscles. It's nothing like that at all. The person who is quietly strong, I think, is pretty quickly found to be trustworthy. And if you trust somebody, you probably respect them. And likewise, if you respect somebody, you'll probably trust them too. They're not really separate issues so much. They come hand in hand. So for somebody who's quietly strong, to me, that's like a oh wow factor. Wow, this person doesn't say a word, but they're just strong. But in a very positive way. It's not about dominant strength. It's a strength that's supportive, and it's a kind of strength that brings the best in you forward, because here's this quietly strong, wonderful person near you, and you want to step up to the plate, and you admire that quality that you're feeling and seeing, inspires you to want to, gee, I wish I could do that too. I wish I could be that way too. And I think that that's inspired leadership. When you actually inspire others to do better and be better, to be better leaders, communicators, spouses, parents, or whatever it is. So I think it's really important to recognize that quality of quiet strength, and if you're inclined to move in that direction, because it's a very life-enhancing and life-enriching quality to develop.
And that's great. I know we were talking earlier about the horses and masters of body language, and as a person that studied some NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, I guess intuitively I knew this, but I was still like, oh, it's interesting. When they broke down the way that humans communicate, it's something like 80-something% is still, even in an unconscious way, body language. And some, I don't know, 20-30%, I think it is tone, your voice tone. Only 7% is actually the words that we say, which is pretty remarkable, and I think is one of the reasons why equine, any kind of equine assisted leadership program or training program has so much relevance, because people need to understand this is how horses communicate.
Certainly.
You get that direct line right away.
Absolutely. I mean, just sitting opposite somebody, you will get energy from that person, and that energy is either going to be a positive thing or be a negative thing. There's very little gray areas in there. It really feels comfortable or it doesn't.
Yeah.
And I agree 1,000% with what you're saying.
Thank you so much for being with us, Franklin.
My pleasure. Thanks for asking.
Okay, thanks.